Janet, and the video has been nominated for 11 MTV Video Music Awards, and that hasn't happened in the last decade. How does that make you feel?
Very, very honored, and I'm sure Janet is too. I mean, we worked very hard on it, and it just, to reap the fruits of you know, this type of thing is a wonderful achievement.
It's
I'm
awesome.
very happy.
E aí, seus felas, bora falar de clipe? History, Past, Present e Future, frequentemente chamado só de History, é um álbum duplo lançado por Michael Jackson que reúne 30 canções. 15 delas são sucessos remasterizados e a outra metade é uma coleção de músicas inéditas lançadas pelo cantor desde o álbum Dangerous de 91. O álbum já vendeu mais de 40 milhões de cópias em todo o mundo, tornando-se o álbum duplo mais vendido de todos os tempos. Esse álbum foi indicado a 6 Grammys, e, na verdade, a estratégia da Sony, na época, era tentar desvincular a imagem que acabou aí quase acabando, derrotando toda a carreira do Michael Jackson por conta das acusações em 1993. Então, foi investido nada aí em propaganda, publicidade, 30 milhões de dólares.
Michael Jackson has led a public life. Recently, however, the private aspects of his life have overshadowed his musical output. From his highly publicized string of appearances in early 1993 to the specter of child molestation charges that were filed that fall and subsequently dropped, then settled out of court with Jackson cleared.
I am totally innocent of any wrongdoing.
There was his admission of addiction to painkillers and a surprise marriage to Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie.
And just think, nobody thought this would last.
The combination of events left many wondering how his experience would manifest itself in his music.
If you're an artist and you put your feelings on your record and in your music, it gives it a whole different energy than it would have if you're just singing, you know, well, la-da-da, whatever. He sang what was on his mind, and it's a very aggressive, very personal album. And it's, you know, to me, it's his finest album, just because of that fact.
O primeiro videoclipe dessa era é um videoclipe que a gente gosta muito, que é o Scream. Inclusive, ele entrou para a lista de clipes mais caros do mundo. Qual é a novidade? Foi investido 7 milhões de dólares para fazer esse clipe. Essa música foi gravada com a irmã mais nova dele, Janet Jackson, que já tinha uma carreira. E apesar de ser em preto e branco, a ideia é ser transmitida que eles meio que estão fugindo do mundo, porque eles já estão cansados, tão cansados que eles querem gritar.
History is supposed to be a greatest hits, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be. So I don't know if it'll be on the album or not. That's why I don't talk about it that much. But I like the song.
Okay.
It was fun.
In terms of the visuals that they're applying to Scream, what do you think about the combination? Does it work for you?
Yeah, I think the combination is really cool because it kind of is taking place in a spaceship or kind of in a vacuum. I think the spaceship is kind of a metaphor of the vacuum that their lives sort of are. Sometimes they're looked upon as not human. Of course, they are human, but maybe that's kind of a surrealistic way to say that, you know, here we are out in space and we're connecting with each other as brother and sister.
We wrote the song together. It was fun. The first time we've ever worked together, sang together. Aside from PYT, but that's just a little background thing he asked me to do, so I said yes and did it. That was years ago.
You are instrumental in Janet's success as an artist. Did she bring you aboard this project, say, hey, Jimmy, come work with me and my brother?
Yes, she did. She, you know, tied us up and beat us over our head and said, you will do this duet. You will do this duet.
Co-directing and co-producing, but you don't hear of co-choreographers very often.
Yeah, but I mean, when you get Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, you got to have, you know, best of both worlds. So it wouldn't be fair to exclude one entity because, you know, we've both had significant roles in, you know, the visual appeal.
We are working with Janet, and Travis and Lavelle are working mostly with Michael. But then at one point, when they are working together, it's kind of all four of us come together and just collaborate and use as many ideas and energies that we can.
Michael's look hasn't changed dramatically for the video, Janet's adopted quite a different video persona.
She's been looking very sort of soft and golden and very sexy and everything. And he wanted something that looked very raw. And as we started talking about it and started talking about the futuristic sort of aspect of it, the idea of her looking sort of like Edward Scissorhands meets, futuristic sort of Japanese superhero.
Epic minimalism were the buzzwords used to describe Scream. To turn the futuristic fantasy into a reality, Jackson turned to the video director of the moment, Mark Romanek. He's the eye behind breakthrough clips for Madonna, Nine Inch Nails, Lenny Kravitz, En Vogue, and R.E.M.
Mark has got a great track record, and he's very creative, very innovative. So it only seemed right that, he would be working on this with Michael and Janet.
I've always wanted to work with Mark. I think he's an absolute genius, and I was so freaked out and excited that I was going to be able to work with him on this video. The Rain video, Constant Craving, the En Vogue, Free Your Mind video, I mean, they were all so revolutionary, and still when you look at them today, they look like, even 10 years from now, they would look revolutionary. I mean, they're just so beautifully done. The lighting is perfect. The cuts are all perfect. You could push the pause button on any of Mark's videos, and they're like these beautiful photographs.
Esse clipe foi estreado no mesmo dia em que Michael deu uma entrevista junto com a sua então esposa Lisa Marie Presley, filha do Elvis, isso mesmo, para Diane Sawyer. Entrevista que eu acho muito complicada. Aliás, eu andei dando uma pesquisada e essa repórter é assim mesmo. Se ela encontra a tua ferida, se ela acerta a tua veia, aí é aquela cutuca mesmo. Ela é daquele tipo de repórter que deixa o convidado bem desconfortável. Aliás, ela faz meio que questão disso.
I think I want to begin by making sure that the terms are clear. You have said that you would never harm a child. I want to be specific as I can. Did you ever, as this young boy said you did you ever sexually engage, fondle, have sexual contact with this child or any other child?
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart. It's not who I am. And it's not what I'm not even interested in that.
Why did you settle the case? And it looks to everyone as if you paid a huge amount of money.
Most of that's
to get
folklore.
silence.
I talked to my lawyers and I said, can you guarantee me that justice will prevail? And they said, Michael, we cannot guarantee you that a judge or a jury will do anything. And with that, I was like catatonic. I was outraged.
How much money
Totally
was it?
outraged. So what I said, I have got to do something to get out from under this nightmare. All these lies and all these people coming forward to get paid and these tabloid shows, just lies, 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 lies. So what I did, we got together again with my advisors, and they advised me, it was hands down, a unanimous decision, resolve the case. This could be something that could go on for 7 years.
How much money
was
was
let's get it behind us.
Can you say how much?
It's not what the tabloids have printed. It's not all this crazy, outlandish. No, it's not at all. I mean, the terms of the agreement are very confidential.
I want to ask
barred to discuss it.
the specific
terms,
so
what
it's
specific amounts.
The idea is just isn't fair. What they put me through, because there wasn't one piece of information that says I did that.
Scream também possui uma segunda versão, que é a versão do diretor, em que possui alguns ângulos de câmera diferentes e você consegue ver o dedo do meio da Jenny sem censura. Que isso, Jenny, coisa feia.
It's very interesting to see him work at work, because I hadn't seen him in a really long time. I think the last time I saw him at work was the Thriller album. Just being there in the studio with him, just watching, observing. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. We reminisced and laughed a lot. And just had a really good time.
Janet also is showing a lot of support for her brother, you know, because this is a big album for him. It's coming back after a long period of time, a lot of turmoil in his life. And it's an important album for him, and I think that's the other thing, too, is that she's just happy to be there and support him.
Also joining Michael Jackson for this project are Slash, the Notorious B.I.G., Shaquille O'Neal, producer Dallas Austin, R. Kelly, and Boyz II Men.
It was exciting. I mean, you know, being in the studio with Michael Jackson. For one, Michael wasn't even supposed to be in the studio. He had a session at another studio, and he actually
moved his session over to our studio just so he could be involved in the session.
You don't think you're gonna ever get a chance to talk to him because, you know, you people think that he's so untouchable, and that's the way we felt until we actually talked to him and met him.
They don't necessarily consider him as being a very, like, intelligent entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? They just see him as this guy that has pale skin and, you know, he's buying bones and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Things like, they go for the real, the sensational, you know, of the whole thing, so they don't really consider him as even being a real human.
Michael shot nights, I shot days.
Okay, you ready? Let's go.
Okay. His record company, they would block off his whole set so that I couldn't see what was going on. They didn't want me on set. I felt like they were trying to make it very competitive between the two of us. That really hurt me. I wanted it to feel like old times.
I'm pleased to be here tonight to honor the man I love and admire as an artist and a person, my brother, Michael Jackson. I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of you and how much you've inspired me and how proud I am to be your sister and how much I love you. I do.
Me and Janet really are two different people.
Most definitely, I did feel that little sister thing. It'll always be that way, because that's what I am. And he's my big brother.
Tem mais, seus felas?